for our favorite part of the weekend when we meet with the Columbus Zoo. And this weekend, big news because it indicates that better weather is on the way. The Africa exhibit, the area of the zoo, is reopening. So Sean's joining us now with, just your pride there in the background.
Yeah, look at this. These are 4 of our African lion females here. And we do have a male, Rory, who only comes out with Kazi, one of the females that he's destined to be partnered with. But he will be out here different times of the day throughout the summer. But we're starting to open up to the heart of Africa. We've kind of been teasing it open a little bit throughout the past couple weeks, but starting this weekend, we'll officially have giraffe feedings back. Our camel ride will be open. We also have 2 younger baby camels in the front part of the region. So we're finally getting into that time of year where everything is starting to open back up at the Columbus Zoo.
I was just there the other day and I was really excited to see all the giraffe out in the field. Pretty amazing because it almost seemed like every single one of them was out there. And I did see those baby camels. They're so cute.
Yes, baby camels. But yeah, everything in the savannah is out there right now. The wildebeest are out there, the kudu, giraffe will spend time in the feeding yard along with the savannah. So, it's what we want. We finally are being able to open stuff back up. We still have time ticketing, but folks can learn a lot more to go into columbusզoo.org and come out here and have a great experience.
So tell us a little bit about the animals, though, there in that area of the zoo, specifically lions, I guess, because they're right there with you. What do we not know about them?
Yeah, so lions are, when we think of lions in the wild, we think of a species that's pretty plentiful in Africa. And unfortunately for the wild, or in the lions in the wild, is the population is drastically declining. So we're talking about in the past 100 years, about a 95% decline in the population of lions in the wild. And they're even more fragmented. So there's only small pockets of lions in Africa. So this is a species that needs a lot of help. And unfortunately, for the lions in the wild, it really is due to humans. So it's due to humans encroaching, the illegal poaching or the meat market over there. So there's a lot of things that are going on in Africa that are harmful to lion species.
Is there anything that we can do that would be helpful to the species?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of it's awareness. Obviously, I think when we talk about animals like this in Africa, we sit here as humans and say, Ohio, like how do we help those types of things? Obviously, coming into Columbus Zoo, we work with several different conservation groups in Africa that help support lions, to where we can also work with farmers and educate them on why not to kill lions, but we can set up areas that allow lions to move freely in parts of Africa. So conservation programs that we support are a huge thing. And just being aware, just part of the goal of the Columbus Zoo is to come out here and to connect yourself with animals and to truly fall in love with them and want to stand side by side with us to save these species.
And I gotta ask, when is the best time to come out to see the lions in particular?
Yeah, so I tell everyone that as we start to warm up, early in the morning and a little bit later in the afternoon is probably your best times. It's when it's cooler time periods where the animals are up moving around. A lot of times, throughout the summer months, as we start to warm up, that middle of the day is where a lot of animals are relaxing in the shade or laying around. But there's so much to do. You can go indoor buildings, everything. So as we start to warm up, more and more animals will be more active and coming out. But it's always a good time early in the morning to get here and experience the zoo almost by yourself.
And anything else that we need to know that's going on at the zoo?
No, I think just for folks that are getting to start to come out, look at the Columbus Zoo, remember to go online, look for time ticketing there to get your ticket so that you can come here at a specific time that you want and experience everything. As we start to move about, we'll start opening all of our different experiences all across the grounds. A lot of the contact areas, like the area at my barn, are open up. And like I said, this weekend, giraffe feeding and camel rides open back up in the heart of Africa.
I will be there for that. I cannot wait to feed the giraffe. I'm so excited. I was just asking the other day, when can I do that? And they're like, this weekend, so I'm totally on it. Sean, thank you so much.
No problem. Thanks, guys.